Hi, I'm Payton Zolck, and welcome back to Living with Mother Earth. In this episode, I talk with Heather Rockwood from Recology about the different processes that occur once we throw away our waste, including composting and recycling.
So what happens to something when we throw it away? There are 3 collection bins for Recology, and we have a black, a blue, and a green for our garbage, which we call landfill, our recycling, and our compost. Each of these materials, then after it's taken from your house, will be sent to a different area, right? So everything will go to 225 Shoreway Road, which is the environmental center off the Highway 101. When it reaches there, we have giant piles of trash and compost. So we will sort through the garbage in one pile, the compost in another pile, and then all recyclables will be sent to the materials recovery facility. We take large trucks that do Ox Mountain landfill. And if it's going to the landfill, your hands are the last hands that will touch it. So we never sort through landfill material after that. Recycling is a resource recovery market, right? So you have a product that's created, and then we are going to collect that already made product in hopes to resell it for the plastic or paper would be, broken down and then remade into new products. So when we talk about recycling, there are certain materials that are indefinitely recyclable, right? So that would be glass, aluminum. Those materials can always be melted down and then reshaped into new products. However, recycling plastic is actually considered downcycling. So what downcycling means is that it has a higher value at the start, and then it is continually downcycled and gets less and less value as it's repurposed, until finally when it reaches its end line, which would be when it's a much more crinkleable plastic, right? It's lower grade plastic that will actually be best put in the landfill. It's a market, and so the value of different types of materials changes and shifts just like any market. We always promote reduction first and refusing first, because there's not always markets for everything. And so currently, if we talk about that quote unquote recycling symbol, which is actually a recycling identification number, those are the chasing arrows symbol that has numbers 1 through 7. A lot of people have the misconception that all that is recyclable. However, that's not the case. Currently, we only have a market for 1 and 2. As we have an industrial scale facility, we're able to compost some of the materials that you don't normally get to compost in your backyard. We can happily accept and turn it into really valuable, nutrient-dense soil amendments. The way that works is after you put it in your green cart, and we take it to the transfer station, and then it's shipped off to our industrial composting facility up near Tracy. And when that happens, it takes about 60 to 120 days for the material to break down. It's called windrow composting, and so there are long lines of compost, and you can see a lot of steam and material being broken down through those microorganisms, breaking it down. And then there's large tractors that are aerating that, so giving oxygen to the bacteria so that it can continue to eat and break down all the material and turn it into what we're actually looking for. Like soil is a living organism that has so many microbes, has nutrients, and if we're growing our food in it and we're taking all those nutrients, but we're not returning anything back to the soil, it's a depleting system. But compost is a closed loop system in which when you take that material, you eat, you have those leftovers, all that good stuff, then you send it back to the soil. The microbes there are able to actually process the things that humans can't, and then return the nutrients back to the soil.
Reporting for Scott Center News, I'm Payton Zolck. Keep checking Scott Center for more episodes to come.